Welcome to IY. Thank you for looking at my information. This video will explain the techniques and tools used for your reading to tap into the awareness and insight you will have to make better decisions in your life and business. It will also explain how to prepare your question to present to the oracles that I use for the wisdom and guidance that they will offer you. Everything changes. I am your guide and intermediary to help you interpret and act upon the knowledge and wisdom that this information will offer you via my New Pathways reading service. I offer 3 reading options, incorporating 6, 5 and 4 element packages. My comprehensive package includes a radiothesic scan, a 4-element geomantic chart, and an I Ching reading. My selective 5-element package includes a 4-element geomantic chart and an I Ching reading. My quick read 4-element package includes a 3-element geomantic chart and an I Ching reading. My 6-element package is £39, my 5-element package £29, and my 4-element package is £19. And now I'd like to introduce the techniques and methodologies used to construct your reading for awareness and wisdom and better decision making. These oracles and divinatory tools will help you make decisions that logic and reasoning alone cannot always achieve for you, and they will reduce the stress that arises when it's hard to make up your mind or you have a dilemma. Business and more general life decisions can be made with better timing, creative insight, by tapping into your inner guidance system and intuition. The 3 methodologies I use for your reading are radiothesia, geomancy, and the I Ching. These build together to form a powerful guidance system to help you with your query or question. And on the next 3 slides, I will go into each of these methodologies in a little more detail. And now I will explain the first of the methodologies I use for your reading. It's called a radiothesic scan, more commonly recognized and known as dowsing. Authors and cosmologists have described dowsing as a method of linking to what scientists now describe as the quantum field that connects each and every one of us with the cosmos as a whole and universal knowledge. When you have an intuitive hunch or gut feeling, it is this process that is enacted. It is a way of gaining information which lies beyond the limitations of our rational minds and our 5 senses. I will now explain the first of the 2 oracles I use for your reading. It's called geomancy. Geo meaning earth, mancy meaning divination. I construct your chart from a random process. This divination system originated in early African indigenous societies and was used as a way of gaining wisdom from the elements and earth. It later emerged in Renaissance Europe, where the current system was developed and is used today. There are 16 binary patterns or figures in the geomantic system, consisting of single or double dot patterns called glyphs, derived from the word hieroglyphs. Their configurations reveal favorable or unfavorable states in connection with the basic elements of fire, air, water and earth, and of course the question you have posed the oracle. The 4 main elements are represented and laid out on 4 levels, covering the human, mental and physical domains. Many levels of insight can be derived from your geomantic chart through interpretation. You will see at the top left of your screen a traditional geomantic chart. If you now look at the 3 glyphs in the center of your screen, you will see that they are arranged in 4 levels of dot patterns, single and double dots. Where you see a single dot on a particular level, this represents an active, positive, manifesting and expanding state or energy. Where you see a double dot pattern on a particular level, this represents a passive, latent, contracting and possibly negative state or energy. And now I will explain the 4 levels. The top level is represented by the head, or the external mind. This is external information coming into your conscious mind. The element here is fire, traditionally related to energy and illumination. The second level is the throat, or your internal mind. This is your own thinking and thought processes. And the element here is air, traditionally associated with communications. The third level is the body, or your internal environment, associated with the element water. And as you know, the human body has a large percentage of this element. And we like to think here of flow. It also represents your emotions and feelings. The fourth element is the feet, or the external environment, represented by the element earth, which gives us stability and grounding, and also is represented by the 5 senses that interact with your external environment. Your reading consists of 4 elements: your first and second witnesses, the judgment and answer, and finally the relevant house to your question. The first 3 elements are shown in the center of your screen. The first witness is the current situation or energy that you bring to the situation via your question. The second witness is how the situation may unfold and how it may change in terms of energy. And then from the first and second witnesses, the judgment or answer to your question is then constructed, which will give you a favorable or an unfavorable, or in some cases a static or unchanging answer or response to the question you have posed to the oracle. The fourth and final element is the house in which the situation represented by your question is shown. And you can see from the circular diagram to the right of the geomantic chart the 12 houses, and it could be that your question relates to communications, relationships, career, finance, etc. So these 4 elements all come together to form your geomantic chart. The final methodology I use is called the I Ching. The I Ching is another ancient divinatory system from the East. It's been used for thousands of years by leaders, warriors, kings, merchants, and farmers and everyday people to help guide them in their decisions with its wisdom and its perspective. In the I Ching system, there are 64 6-line patterns known as hexagrams. They represent movements of energies as situations arise where advice and guidance is required for your question or query. The method of casting is random and generates a hexagram which is then interpreted and read. In some situations, a second hexagram is generated. We call this the related hexagram, and provides additional context to the inquiry being asked. So here are some guidelines on your question. Your question is like a doorway. It creates an opening in which the oracles can speak with you. The oracles will always answer your real question based on your underlying intention. You can't restrict what it will tell you. It is not your concern. Your question starts with your intention. It's the animating power behind your reading. Your intention then tunes your attention and energizes your awareness to give you the guidance and wisdom you need to move forward on your pathway and with your decision. So here are some sample question openings that will help you make the question clear and present it to the oracles in a way that they can best help and guide you. What if I make certain decisions? What could be the implications or effects? What can I expect? What do I need to understand about this situation, event, or development? How can I deal with the situation, my feelings around it, and how should I proceed? What would it mean for me if I did this or that? How can I best achieve something I'm aspiring to do or change? What is happening with a person, a situation, a development, or a decision that's being made at the moment or has been made? Should I do this or that? What do I need to consider if I take action or actions and be aware of? So now we've arrived at a summary. Know what you're asking and why. Write your question down to get clarity and intention. Try different questions out first to feel which one will resonate with you as the highest priority. Here are the closing steps for you to take prior to me doing your reading for you. Arrive at your question. If you have more than one, consider the one that best fits the situation and then email or text them to me. Here is my email and my mobile phone, and please make sure you also send me a recent picture of yourself. I will finalize the best option with you before conducting your reading. The scan and reading will then be completed for you. The results, answer and interpretations will then be put onto a confidential video. The link will be sent to you via email. Thank you for reviewing this information. I'm Phil at iyinspire.co.uk.